All right, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends on where you're watching us from. I go by the names of Rokani David. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Before we get into the Arsenal breakdown versus Brentford, what Mikel Arteta said in the presser, there is a story that really felt like I have to first do this before I really take you there, because after this I'm coming back with a Man City match preview versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, then a Mikel Arteta presser, and maybe telling you more about this. Now, Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel that you're really watching in. Guys, I'm sorry, I have another channel that does strictly Manchester United content. It is known as United Matters channel. This is why I'm so much tongue slip. It's like something that is so much on my tongue. That's the problem. But obviously, I'm here to bring you a story about Zinchenko injured, Ben White injured, and Kevin Campbell, the former legend of Arsenal, who played close to 224 games and scored close to 84 goals for Arsenal, has come out and really said something about Mykhailo Mudryk. Mykhailo Mudryk to Arsenal links continue to flow. And obviously, people like Fabrizio Romano have come out and said Arsenal were in talks to sign this player, but obviously they couldn't raise 30 million euros that were being requested by a team which goes by the names of Shakhtar Donetsk. That is it. So guys, those are the three stories we're going to talk about. So smash the like button, comment and share. Get your cup of tea, relax in your zone or in your couch, and let's get this rolling in there for you. Rokani David is my name. You can follow me on several social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and anywhere else. You can find me there. Now today, let's start with this. This has come from the governing body, or the football governing body in Ukraine. They are telling us that Zinchenko out of Nations League. Ukraine, I think Football Association of Football, reporting that the Arsenal man has picked up a calf muscle injury during the training with 2 weeks recovery time. He was already missing the Hampden tie versus Scotland due to a yellow card accumulation. He has already notified Petrov, I think that's the coach, that he will miss the game. It's being reported by Zoria Rondeski. He's a #1 source for Ukrainian football in English. 1 out of 3 of Ukraine football podcast. That's the guy who always reports news coming in from Ukraine. So Zinchenko out. Guys, to me, I believe there is something wrong in the medical department of Arsenal. Someone might say that I'm really hitting them hard, but that's not the case. Guys, listen up to me. Zinchenko comes from Man City, is not an injury-prone player. He comes in at Arsenal, plays 4 games. I think he played 4 games. After playing 4 games consecutively, Zinchenko gets an injury. After him getting an injury, I think he got an injury. I think he never played the game of Fulham and the game of Aston Villa, meaning that he had only played 3 games and he got an injury. You get? He misses the game of Fulham. He misses the game of Aston Villa. He returns the game of Manchester United. He plays close to 80 minutes. He's taken off. He played some 10-15 minutes in the game of FC Zurich, and now he's injured again. That's not Zinchenko. When you look at his injury record, you'll also agree with me that Zinchenko is not that kind of guy who is an injury-prone player. But the physical department of Arsenal has all this to be blamed, according to him, because you don't have to hurry players back. I know Zinchenko is really a very pivotal player in the system of Arsenal that Arsenal are playing. Him and Ben White, they are really pivotal because they act as outside references. You get? The inner references are Thomas Partey, Grant Xhaka, and Odegaard. But you know, in the game of midfield nowadays, the game of football nowadays, the midfield area is so much compact. Now, what Arteta got a solution for that was to tell his fellow players that, please, we have 2 fullbacks who are really confident on the ball and they act well in tight spaces and they are press resistant. That is Ben White and Zinchenko. So whenever we are suffocated in the midfield, put that ball wide to find those players. That's why you see them operate so much into the midfield area. They don't operate so much into the wide spaces, in the wide areas. They operate a lot into the midfield area, especially in the inside tunnels, or you can call them the half spaces, and they give a lot of support, you get, to the anchor of Arsenal in there for you. So Zinchenko getting an injury, it's a big blow to Arsenal, you get. And Ben White, because I'm going to come to that Ben White story later, but obviously it has also been confirmed by a man who goes by the names of Charles Schwartz, and you know Charles Schwartz is an Arsenal correspondent for Goal. He has really come out and told us that reports from Ukraine that Zinchenko has picked up an injury in training and will miss Brentford this weekend. He will be staying in London during the international break. That's it. So maybe you can even look at another angle altogether, that maybe Mikel Arteta is really not wanting this player to go out and play, because he's going to go to the international break to play only one game. That of Scotland, he's script off, meaning that he was only going to play one game until he's telling him, please, why should you go there? I think we're only having an easy game against Brentford. Be here, get full recovery, and then you will return when you're playing a team which goes by names of Spurs. Because that game on the 2nd, the North London derby, Arsenal needs it like no other. It's a revenge, because Spurs beat them terribly last time, 3-0. You remember that very well. You get? So Arsenal needs to go on and really act a revenge onto a team which goes by names of Spurs. And how do you do it? By beating them in a game of such a magnitude. Beat them, and you will need Zinchenko onto the field of play, because he gives you balance onto that entire left side. Defensively gives you balance. In the midfield, he gives you balance. Whenever he's attacking, gives you balance. I've always told you, this is becoming a song on Zinchenko, that whenever he crosses the center, he doesn't play wide. The wide area is left for Granit Xhaka to operate, Martinelli and the player who goes by the name of Gabriel Jesus. But for Zinchenko, he cuts inside and becomes a midfielder. That's the new system of Arsenal, and that's how this guy is playing. So to me, I think it's a very big blow for a man who goes by the names of Arteta, and I know he's really going to go on and really know that it's something that should go on and really improvise about in the game of Brentford. But in the game of Brentford, I don't believe that they're going to miss him a lot, because Brentford is a physical team. It's a physical team, and I think this is a very good game that really suits a man who goes by the names of Kieran Tierney, because Kieran Tierney will bull them because his physicality is not doubted. He's physically strong, and is going to bull Brentford, and maybe Zinchenko is really going to go on and really help them in the next game of Spurs. Then after that, after the injury of Zinchenko, we got some other news coming in from Charlie Waite, is a football editor at The Sun. He told us the following, that Ben White is suffering with an ongoing hip and knee injury, hence his omission from the England squad. However, it's not that serious. To me, I got fuming, guys. I got fuming, and if at all you watched my video that I did yesterday, I got fuming. Do you know why? You can't tell me that you're not going to call Ben White for the England national team when he is playing better. He has proven to us that he's a good central defender and he's a good centre back too. So why really omit him from that England national squad? But obviously, we've got a confirmation from Arsenal that Ben White is suffering with an ongoing hip and knee injury, and I think Mikel Arteta told Gareth Southgate, please, let's not risk him to come there and play. Let him rest, because I know you'll need him to go to the World Cup. And I know Ben White is going to the World Cup. If at all he'll be 100% fit, he'll go to the World Cup. But Ben White is another player who has picked up lots of injuries at Arsenal. Remember, at the beginning of the preseason, he never played over the games. He started to play, I think, in the game of Everton. He played some 45 minutes and then came in, played for Orlando. He never played Orlando City. He played Everton and Chelsea, because I think Arsenal played 3 games in America: Orlando City, Everton, and Chelsea. Those are the 3 games that Arsenal played, and he came in and played in the game of Sevilla. So he's one of those that looks to be picking up injuries in the foyer, but I think his body is really having a very good reaction as far as this game of football is concerned, and his injuries are concerned. So I think he's healing, and you never know, tomorrow we might see him in the game of Brentford, but let's wait and see. But I don't believe the manager will risk him when he has Tomiyasu, because he'll get Tomiyasu and get him playing that right side of the full back. So Ben White is also injured, and Zinchenko, this is a double injury blow for Arsenal as they get into a fixture of a team which goes by the names of a fixture of a team which goes by the names of Brentford, and they're playing away, meaning that's not going to be an easy game. Remembering in history that Brentford returned after very many years to the Premier League, and their first game they beat Arsenal by 2-0, but Arsenal really had lots of players lacking into their starting 11. So Ben White injured, Zinchenko injured. These are the two players that really give balance to the side of Arsenal. And I know Arteta is going to keep these players away because he knows that he needs them to rest. Because if they're not playing tomorrow, if they're not playing on Sunday, meaning that they are going to rest for more 2 weeks and they're going to be available, very fresh to play a side which goes by the names of Spurs. Because Arteta really needs these players on the game of Spurs. Why? The first game he played against a team in the top 6, Manchester United, he lost by 3-1. And I think you wouldn't like to go into your other game playing a second member in the top 6 when you're really having Zinchenko and Ben White out. So I think that's his calculation. He knows that with Thomas Partey returning and with the rest of the players in here, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, he knows he can really go ahead and really get a result at Brentford, and that is why he has really opted to really get these teams out. Maybe in the team news, let's see what he's going to tell us in the presser conference. It's going on now, and after it's done, I'm going to come in here and really tell you what he has really gone ahead to say about it in the presser conference in here onto the Rokani Media Football. That's all about Ben White. Let's sum up this episode by talking about Mudryk. He's becoming a talk of town, and what is really fueling more talks about him is his exquisite performance in the first 2 games of the Champions League. In the game they played RB Leipzig, he created 2 goals and scored 1. And in the recent game they drew with Celtic at home, he scored 1 goal. Meaning that in 2 games, he's having 4 goal involvements. That is Mudryk. And he hinted that he would love to join Arsenal in the January transfer window. And obviously, Kevin Campbell, a man who was at Arsenal for a very long time and played close to 222 games for Arsenal and scored close to 80 goals as a striker, has come out and really urged Edu and Mikel Arteta and the Cronkies to go in and really buy this player. In his own words, this is what he said: "I truly believe he is the right profile for Arsenal. He seems to have a great attitude. I think he likes Arsenal. Obviously, his Ukraine captain is at Arsenal, so he's probably ringing Zinchenko and saying, 'Speak to the manager, get me over there.'" So, you see what the transfer window is going to be like in January, because we are really going to be having so much links like these connected to Zinchenko, because he's playing for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, and obviously he can really force or really be a catalyst for a man who goes on a Mykhailo Mudryk to come in and play for Arsenal. For me, Mykhailo Mudryk is a talent. Even me, if at all United wants to go in for him, I'll tell them, please, it's okay. Green light is given. Bring in that lad. But the problem is, Arsenal failed to pay 30 million euros for this guy in the summer transfer window. Now, in the winter transfer window in January, will Arsenal go in and really cough close to 50 million euros? Because his performances that is really orchestrating in the Champions League are really going to heighten his price from 30 million euros to 50 or 60 million euros, as the sporting director of Shakhtar Donetsk came out and said that his price is now beyond 30 million euros. Now we don't know the ceiling, but the floor has been set. The floor is beyond 30 million euros. Now, can Arsenal break the bank in January and go ahead and really bring these players? I doubt. But I believe Arsenal has a very proper plan of the January transfer window, because they are targeting 3 players, and all these players by January they'll be left with 6 months on their contracts. That is Tielemans, Marcus Asensio, and Douglas Luiz. And if at all Arsenal can really get that trio to their squad in January, I believe they're going to be a far much better team than they were at the beginning of the season. So Mykhailo Mudryk, I believe it's really hard for Arsenal to land a Mykhailo Mudryk deal, because by January he would have played 6 Champions League games, and I know he's going to score close to 6 goals in the group stages, and he will put up more assets for his team, he's going to be more expensive. And maybe Arsenal might go in for him in the summer transfer window. That is next year in 2023. But in January 2023, I don't see Arsenal signing him. I see Arsenal going in for cheaper options of Tielemans, Marc Asensio, and a player who goes by the names of Douglas Luiz. Thank you guys for watching again. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner and hit the red button that has the word subscribe, and hit the subscription button. And after hitting it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Rokani David happens to be my name. Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel you're watching us on. And may the Almighty God bless you abundantly. So your reactions to Zinchenko and Ben White injured are welcome into the comment section below. And don't forget to react to the story of Kevin Campbell, a former Arsenal legend, telling Arteta, all urging Arteta and Edu to go in and bring in a man who goes by the names of Zinchenko, a man who goes by the names of Mudryk, who is a fellow countryman to Zinchenko, right? So guys, thank you very much for watching in. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm out. First video, more videos are really coming in through.